Hello everyone, welcome to Upper Public School Kalburgi. This is Jyoti, your IT teacher. Let us start with Part B, Subject Specific Skills in that Unit 1, Introduction to IT and IT's Industry. Part B, Subject Specific Skills. Unit 1, Introduction to IT, IT's Industry in that Chapter 1, Applications of IT, IT's Industry. Technology has virtually transformed the world into a global village. With the click of a button, you can find any information you want. One such example, you're on a family vacation and you don't know the route for the hotel. So what will you do? With the help of the Google Maps, you'll find the route for the hotel, right? Similarly, if you want any particular information, for example, if you want to prepare a project on the heritage sites, so what will you do? You'll just find the information in the Google, right? So this is how the technology has transformed the world. So then, what is ICT? So ICT, the acronym is Information and Communication Technology. It refers to all the devices, networking components, applications and systems that allow people and organizations to interact with the digital world. So ICT, it comprises of all communication technologies such as it can be internet or mobile phones or satellite communication or wireless networks, etc. Right. Here, the UNESCO defined the term ICT as the system of technologies, tools and devices that are used to transmit, process, store, create, display, share or exchange information by electronic means. Now let us see how information technology has influenced the world, right? Information technology, it has changed everything over the years, right? Nowadays we use the information technology to use the computers and other resources to create, store, manage and exchange all the kinds of information. So now it is an essential and tightly integrated part of every business today, right? Now, benefits of information technology in business. First benefit, it allows customer to provide feedback to improve the business. Since feedback is a very important part of any of the business, so it is important that we take the feedback in a positive way, right? And second one is, it helps to reach more potential customers. Thirdly, information technology, it provides better service to customers. It also helps in reduces cost and improves efficiency. It also helps in streamlines and reorganizes operations, right? So these are the benefits of information technology in the business. Information technology enabled services. So these are the services enabled by the use of information technology. So these services improve the efficiency of an organization and help in reducing the cost. So in general terms, if you define information technology enabled services, it's a type of outsourcing service that involves the use of IT. So it can be human resource, insurance, finance and banking or telecommunication services, right? Now, let us see what are the two things involved in the information technology enabled services. The first thing is the technology that enables the service and the second thing is the communication device, right? So, the combination of the correct technology and the communication channel results into very high degrees of improvement in the quality of the service, right? As you can see in the figure here, right? So IT and IT enabled services. So it can be either project management or application development or IT and bilingual staffing or localization and translation, right? Or is testing and infrastructure management. So these are the various services in which the information technology is used, right? Then the next one is the call center. So this is one of the most common IT enabled service, that is call center. So it is a service center to provide information and support to a customer. So it has trained consultants, high quality telecom facilities, access to internet and other online information. Now here in the call center, a large number of telephone calls are received and transmitted by trained customer services representatives. Now let us see how a typical call center will function. Firstly, what we do? a customer uses a contact number that is connected to a customer support center. Then the call reaches the call center and a trained customer service representative answers the customer. To make sure that the highest standards of customer service are delivered, the IT experts create the technical support for the call center, right? With the increase in the worldwide connectivity, it makes no difference whether the call center is located in any corner of the city or anywhere else in the world. Business process outsourcing. So, business process outsourcing is a practice of outsourcing a part of business to another organization that is far more expert in handling such kind of processes. So, the two organizations can be entirely different parts of the world. So, in the BPO industry, it is highly organized and hence various kinds of jobs are outsourced here, right? So, business process outsourcing is often divided into two main types of services, that is back office and front office, right? So back office services include processes such as billing or purchasing, whereas the front office services pertain to the support provided to its customers such as marketing and technical support. Some of the business process outsourcing services are, it can be telemarketing services or healthcare services, customer support services, order management services, or it can be transaction and payment process services, or else you can have account management services, right? Now, as you can see in the figure, right? So this is the figure of the business process outsourcing. So what all it will provide the various services? It will provide you with the customer support, it will provide you with the call answering, with the third party verification, with the telemarketing service, IT help desk. So these are the various services provided by the business process outsourcing, right? Now, the next one is business process management. So what do you mean by business process management? It's a discipline in operations management. It is used as an ongoing process that focuses on developing new processes and improving corporate performance by managing business processes. So in this, a combination of methods used to manage a company's business processes, business process management. Here, in the IT BPM sector, it is contributing to 8% of the India's GDP and exports. So the growth of this sector has provided India huge economic and social benefits, including employment, raising income levels, and promoting exports. Right? Now, so what are the advantages of the business process management? So here you can see here, right? So here are the business process management cycle here. So what we have, firstly what we do here, the design, right? Then model or modeling, then execution, then monitor, and then we have the organization. So this is an entire cycle of the business process management, right? Now, what are the advantages of the business process management? Firstly, finest and highest quality services are delivered through the state-of-the-art hardware and software. Secondly, it guarantees flawless and excellent service by following repeated quality checks. And thirdly, business process management, it helps in providing the required infrastructure and logistical support. So Government of India has also boosted the BPM industry by providing the required infrastructure and this support, right? Now, the next one is, what is the structure of the IT BPM industry? Now let us see what is the structure here. The companies within the IT BPM industry are classified on the basis of the following parameters. So here are 4 parameters. First one is the area to which the company is serving. Second one, the type of services the company is providing. Third one, the geographical reach of the company. And the fourth one, scope of operations and profit earned by the company. So based on all these parameters, we have 3 different structure here, right? First one is the multinational companies, then second one, Indian service providers, and third one, global in-house centers. Now let us see what are all these one by one. In that first one, multinational companies. A multinational corporation is an organization that owns or controls the production of goods or services in at least one country other than its home country, right? Here, the two main characteristics of multinational companies are their large size and secondly, their worldwide activities are centrally controlled by the parent companies. Then, the second one, Indian service providers. So, Indian service providers are initially begin their operations in India. So, most of these companies have their controlling centers in India while having workplaces at any international locations. And then the last one is global in-house centers. So global in-house centers work for their parent organization only and they do not function for external clients. So the Indian Global In-House Center or GIC has evolved significantly over the last few years, right? So these organizations are originally known as captive centers. Right, so these are the structure of the IT BPM industry. Applications of IT, that first one, IT in home and everyday life. So information technology facilitates access to various services and technologies in our day-to-day lives. So with its increasing importance, IT literally has become a functional requirement to ease our lives. So here are some of the services. First one is online services to pay utility bills like gas bill, electricity bill, water bill. We also use information technology to watch entertainment programs on the internet. So for playing the online and offline games. So we do online shopping to buy the products which we call it as e-commerce. Then also in the field of education and learning. So these are certain applications of IT in the home and everyday life. Right. And IT in education sector. Information technology has the ability of speeding up information delivery and this ability can be used in improving our educational environment. With the implementation of the information technology, costs of accessing educational materials are cut down, right? And it makes easy for the students to learn from anywhere and creatively, right? So to reduce the level of illiteracy, it is very much important to make education accessible at any time to everyone. So here are some of the uses of information technology in the field of the education sector. In that, the first one is educational resources. So information technology makes easy to access academic information at any time. So a variety of teaching resources are available for teachers to teach in a better way. Either it can be like 3D modeling, right? So both the students and teachers use information technology to acquire and exchange educational material. And here we give online assessments and which will help you evaluate the students without bias. So teachers can easily provide visual and audio classes to their students using the computers and the internet. And then the second one is online learning. So in this, we use the online resources, right? So here the scenario has changed. Here the student can access information at any given time of the day. We can also contact the teacher or the trainer via the internet to use web-based training, right? And various educational videos can also be accessed through YouTube and other platforms. The geographical location of the student, it also doesn't matter now, right? So information technology has facilitated with the online education. So a student in India can talk or can ask the study material or study the same course which a student in the other geographical location is pursuing, right? So it is the online learning. And the use of audiovisual aids. So information technology has changed the way we learn and interpret the information. The use of audiovisual aids helps students learn faster and easily, and it makes students understand the topic very creatively. So visual presentations using projectors help the students remember the concept better, since our brain tends to remember visual illustrations more easily than the text, as you can see in the figure here, right? So this is the audiovisual teaching aid, right? Then the next one is learning management system. So a learning management system is a software application or web-based technology used to plan, implement and access a specific learning process. So in this, as you can see, there are three words here, right? Learning, management and system. So what do you mean by learning? So it is used to deliver education courses or training programs. Then management, it helps to organize the courses, like it will be like creating them or changing them or assigning a particular course to a particular student, grade, etc. Right? Then the last one is system. So it refers to the software. So in turn, all these three forms the learning management system. So a learning management system helps you to create a e-learning content, that is lessons, and organize it into courses, and it delivers the content to the students through an interface and enrolls them to the said courses. And then the learning management system monitors and assesses their performance upon the completion of a particular course, right? So generally the learning management system, it consists of two separate parts. A server component that performs the core functionality, right? It can be creating a particular course or managing or delivering the courses, etc. Whereas the next part is the user interface. So a user interface that runs inside the browser as a web, right? You can tell it as a e-learning or an electronic learning, right? Then the next one is the IT at workplace. So information technology facilitates innovation, time management, work efficiency and effective management at a workplace. So it has become an integral part of every workplace because it provides and cost effectiveness and enhanced satisfaction and faster and simpler execution of work. And even it will give you appropriate feedbacks and easier operational procedures. Now here are some of them. First one is it helps employers by increasing the productivity. So documents can be written and evaluated easily with the help of the MS Word or MS Excel, right? Then we have recordings, calculations and comparisons of the data can be easily done and accurately it can be maintained. And we have databases which help to store huge amount of data, right? So which can be retrieved at any time whenever it is required. IT in library. So information technology is used in libraries to record the library activities, operations and other various library services. So the functioning of a library is majorly benefited by the use of IT for collection, processing and storage and retrieval of the information and dissemination of recorded information. So with the help of new technologies like word processing, text editing, character recognition, voice recognition, electronic publishing, data processing and database management system, these have rapidly transformed the libraries from the conventional methods, right? So in the library it helps in processing of the record information and storage and retrieval, right? Now next is information technology in the field of business and marketing. So information technology facilitates e-commerce, which you call it as electronic commerce, which includes marketing, right? And product delivery and product browsing, shopping and processing orders. So business communications through email, video conferencing and mobiles enable people to work from anywhere. So here are some of the information technology tools which help you to reach out to people across the world. Either it can be computerized presentations or email communication, it can be, or websites or social media. So what do you mean by e-commerce? So e-commerce refers to the activity of buying or selling the products through the internet. So e-commerce or online shopping allows users to search and compare various products and services which they can buy at competitive prices, right? Then the next one is IT in the field of banking. So even information technology, it helps in online banking, right? Online payment, online transaction of the money and use of ATMs, right? To withdrawal of the money or to deposit the money or to check the balances. We also have telebanking facility, then debit and credit cards, and various banking apps we have like Beam app, etc., which will help you to transfer the money online. So this is in the field of banking. And then the next one is IT in the field of insurance. So in the field of insurance, it helps to keep all the records up to date, and it also keeps the information regarding the various policy procedures, and it keeps the information regarding the interest and the dues of a particular policy, and then the process of continuation of a particular policy, like how much is the insurance timing, right? And then paying off policy premiums online. So it also keep the records of paying off policy premiums online. So this all is done with the help of the information technology. And then the next one is information technology in entertainment and arts. So we all use online games, musics and videos with the help of the information technology. We also use the digital transmissions, live streaming of the services, either it can be live watching of games or live shows or live movies, right? And it also helps in exploring the creativity with the various visual aids, right? So this is in the field of the entertainment and arts. And the information technology in healthcare. Use of the information technology in healthcare is also known as health information technology, HIT, right? So in this, the record of patients as well as various activities pertaining to hospital administrations are maintained using hospital management system. So here a wide variety of technologies and tools are involved in the diagnostic process. Right. Now let us see what are the various aspects which are involved in a diagnostic process. So firstly, it can be like capturing information about the patient's diagnostic process, and secondly including the clinical history and the interview, and thirdly physical examination and diagnostic testing results, and thirdly shaping a clinical workflow and decision making, and lastly facilitating information exchange, right? So these are the various aspects involved. Now let us see what are the use of the information technology in the diagnosis. So use of IT in diagnosis. We have various sophisticated software and hardware which are used in the diagnosis and treatment of a life-threatening diseases. So these technology advanced machines help in diagnosis of a disease at the initial stages, which results in providing better treatment to the patients accordingly, right? So here are some of the machines here, as you can see here, right, in the figure. The first one is the computerized axial tomography machine, CAT machine, right? So this machine performs a series of cross-sectional scans made along a single axis of a bodily structure or a tissue, and it is used to construct a three-dimensional image of that structure. So when we construct a three-dimensional image, we use an information technology here, right? So here the disease can be successfully diagnosed using these images. And the second machine what we use is magnetic resonance imaging machine, MRI machine. So MRI machines use a magnetic field, radio waves and a computer to detect the properties of living tissue. So MRI software creates an image using the signals recorded by the sensors. And then the next one is the cardiac screening machine. Performs echocardiography, which uses the ultrasound to create moving pictures of the heart. A special camera, it takes the pictures of the heart while the patient is at rest, and following exercise to determine the effect of the physical stress on the flow of the blood through the coronary arteries and to the heart muscle. So it helps in displaying the movements inside the heart and displays the physiology, as you can see here in the figure, right? So the cardiac screening machine here, right? And then the next one is the blood pressure measuring machine, as you can see in the figure, right? So a blood pressure measuring machine is simply, it's a way to measure the performance of the heart and the rate at which it pumps the blood. So information technology in the field of scientific research and engineering. So here it helps in the field of science like performing a large number of computations, calculation of speed, cost and distance, new avenues of science exploration, and real-time record of the observation, analysis, and collaboration. So here, apart from all this, computers are also used for storing a large amount of data for the research work and performing complex calculations. Then we have computer aided design applications, and we have computer application and computer aided manufacturing applications, and then visualizing 3D objects, right? So these are the applications of IT in the field of scientific research and engineering. And then next one is information technology in the government and public services. The government uses a large scale of computer applications in its daily operations. So, Digital India and e-governance initiative of government has resulted in providing many government services online, such as it can be the document processing or for the driving license or collection of taxes, exchange of information or the other government departments. So it also helps in the exchange of information, which helps in strengthening the democracy. And various apps are also released for the Digital India, as you all know, right? And we have various apps such as Bharat Interface for Money, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, GST Rate Finder, and Umang. So information technology helps in e-governance, and we have various digital apps like BMAP, Umang, My Government, and it also helps in preparing electoral lists and PAN cards online, right? And then the we use electronic voting machines in the elections, right? So these are the various services with the help of the information technology in the government and public services. So we have learned all the applications of the information technology in the various fields. Thank you.